Emirates Green Building Council and Saint-Gobain UAE partnered to evaluate the indoor environmental quality of a UAE school, supporting the Emirates Coalition of Green Schools' vision of ensuring that every child in the UAE learns in a green school. The report, Making UAE Schools Healthy, highlights the need of enhancing the indoor environment, taking into consideration not only indoor air quality but also thermal comfort, acoustics, and lighting. To improve the indoor environment quality of classrooms, a set of recommendations have been proposed for the selected school. However, further research and monitoring projects should be conducted to represent the overall condition of UAE schools. It is vital to increase the number of publicly available data related to indoor environment to drive action towards improving it. It's also important to note that the recommendations to improve the indoor environment are still applicable to all the schools in the UAE and the region.
Several scientific studies have shown that poor indoor air and environmental quality can negatively impact student learning abilities as well as affect the performance of teachers. This study marks an important milestone as it provides evidence-based insights on the state of indoor air quality in UAE schools. With the pandemic accelerating the need to prioritize the well-being and health of all, we must act now to enhance indoor air quality alongside other critical factors including acoustics, light, and thermal comfort. The identification of individual VOCs was carried out through the air sampling and provided valuable inputs. The main pollutants were identified as acetone, benzene, and others which are usually generated from cleaning products. To avoid this, it is recommended to select fragrance-free cleaning products and/or those with eco-label to reduce the concentration of terpene. Use of low-emitting VOC product within the classroom can also limit VOC and chemical pollutants.
The study covers a comprehensive audit of the indoor air quality conditions of a representative school in the UAE through continuous monitoring combined with air sampling. One of the main findings showed that the limit values set by the government authorities for temperature, humidity, and carbon dioxide are far from being met. The main recommendations are to increase the outdoor air flow rate supplied to the building as per ASHRAE or REVA standards and to reduce the percentage of indoor air recirculation. Humidity levels must also be maintained at acceptable ranges for thermal comfort and to prevent mold formation. The report also outlines a clear call to actions to diverse stakeholders. The government authorities and policymakers can steer attention to improve and maintain good IQ within schools, which will in turn help the nation achieve its goal of building a knowledge-based society. We also urge schools and schools facility managers to prioritize action that improve IQ and to lead by example and measure the indoor air quality of their schools. Lastly, we call on parents, students, and school staff to advocate for improvements and to act as advocacy groups in their schools. We invite stakeholders to learn more by reading the Making UAE Schools report on the Emirates Green Building Council's website.